Hi Aquarius, how are you guys? Spiritual Barbie here. Welcome back. Or welcome if you're new. So Aquarius, don't forget to hit the like button. It is almost essential to my channel. And also don't forget to share the video with any friends or family or even foes that may resonate with this reading, okay? Don't be shy and don't keep things to yourself. Do share, okay? And yeah, I guess now might also be the time to subscribe too if you'd like. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so it's really for you, so I can tune into your energy. Okay, so you guys, I pre-shuffled, I pre-read for y'all for the month of September 2020, and it's a nice month. It's a nice month. It's a nice month. There's like an empowered energy behind you, Aquarius. You're taking life into your own hands in a way that is a little different than you had before. I think you were used to looking at life through more of a cerebral lens, whereas I think now you're incorporating more of an emotional lens, but not too emotional. Not too emotional, but it's more in like a yin sort of direction. Okay? So hopefully you feel it inside of you, you know? That's like the best part of doing these readings. That's why I love it. I love feeling the shift, and I love feeling the push to upload for the next month because it means the energies are ready. Okay? So I'm really excited to see what's coming in for y'all. So you guys, I'm gonna start with the overall energy, just the main energy. Every time I say overall energy, something in me says, what is overall energy for the month? So what does it mean, right? It's just like the vibe of the month, right? Or just the main message you need to hear for the month. Or the dominant thing in your arena, okay? I always say watch these readings in the middle and at the end of the month. You watch it in the beginning too to amp you up, but watch in the middle and at the end of the month. Because if you really want to have clarity, if you really want to know how in tune you are with the universe, watch it in the middle of the month, right? Alright, so what is that overall energy section for you guys? You're really grabbing the energy, Aquarius, like you're really grabbing it. You're not letting it touch the ground. You're not letting things just sit around. You're getting on top of things. And I'm not surprised. We have so many major planets, generational planets in your sign. We have Uranus. Well, Uranus is your planet, right? But it's going retrograde. It's gone retrograde. So, you know, that's a change, right? That could have you going back in time, and that could have you really fixing things that may have been upset through just events, right? What else is in Aquarius? Jupiter is fake in Aquarius. I think it really is. I haven't really been checking this week, and for the past few weeks, honestly, if I could be very candid about the astrological placements, because I've just been feeling. Sometimes I like to check, sometimes I like to feel. So there's a lot of things. Even Saturn is in Aquarius, or it's doing something in Aquarius, because I know some planets are going back to Capricorn. That's why I'm like, it's doing something there, because I know that there's an Aquarius element. So what I'm trying to get at is that there's a lot of strong energy and strong focus on your like on yourself, right? And on where you're going, your abundance, you know, who you are, right, is attached to Taurus, which is a very earthly, material, grounded sign. So you're really, Aquarius, it's shocking that it's so low-key, high-key your time, in a way. It really is. Oh. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. I'll be recorded or monitored. Am I speaking with Shananta
May I ask who's calling?
This is Brianna Hart.
Thank you, I'm not interested. I was actually waiting for another call. Alright, you guys know those collections people. You know, I'm waiting for a call from the hospital, you guys. And I think that's like some company. I don't know. It's quarantine. I don't know. People, everybody's trying to figure themselves out, right? You can't really focus on the problem and get the solution. So Aquarius, I really see you in a very like plain, frank state of mind where you're tackling things, you're breaking things down, you're communicating clearly, you're very clear on what you feel. And that's one thing that we forget a lot about the Queen of Swords, is how clear she is about what she feels. She is the Queen of Swords because she knows how she feels, and she can tell you what she's feeling, how she's feeling. She can take decisive actions and decisive steps towards the things that she desires or the things that she wants to understand. I'm feeling this Queen of Swords energy very strongly. Aquarius, you are in your element this month, September 2020. You're in your vibes, bro. All these cards, the energy I'm feeding off them, even when they come out the deck, it's a very frank, straight and narrow energy. You guys have something you want to do, and you're going about getting it in the way that you know how to do it, in the best way for you, in the most comfortable way for you, and in the most precise way for you. And can I also add in that if time was important to you, then it will also be a lot quicker than you think. Wink, wink. Okay? Because we got that air thrown in, right? Air has a way of making things go zoom, zoom, right? So that's really beautiful. I feel like there could be something new you're taking on in your life, and you're kind of juggling it, right? You could be deciding to take on new projects, new responsibilities that ultimately yield something for you, right? They're ultimately bringing you something. But, you know, maybe you gotta lay a little bit of a foundation, right? A little bit of a foundation never hurt anybody to lay, right? So I really feel, but either way, whatever it is you're doing, I feel like you're perfectly, like, because I feel like some of you guys, you may be anticipating September because maybe you know that there's something that needs to be done, and you're anticipating that it's going to be uneasy, it's going to make you unhappy, it's going to make you uncomfortable, you're going to have to prepare yourself. Not at all. The Lovers means it's going to go very smoothly. You're worrying for absolutely no reason. You've created the perfect situation for yourself. All you literally had to do was wait for the opportunities to just bloom like a flower so you can pluck them, right? And it's just being plucked. You know, it's just being plucked. And it's in such a way, I cannot stress the comfort you're feeling as you're getting these things done. Because I feel like there's something, Aquarians, you want to do. You want to get some stuff done, right? Or you want to get clear about something. I feel like you want to make something happen. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship. It doesn't matter if it's a move. It doesn't matter if it's your finances or your career or your income. It doesn't matter. You want to make something happen, and you're right. You're right. When I say you're right in the energy to do it, I mean you're right in the energy to do it. Okay? You're very clear on what you're thinking and on what you feel. Okay, I want to get an oracle card on that, right? So we have Elder. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Beautiful. Aquarius, you're moving beyond the way things were. I feel like some of you guys maybe came from families where fear was a big thing, where people were really fearful for whatever reason or the other, right? Or there was a lot of like pain that was passed down, oh, this drama, and this family did this to my family, so we don't mess with that family. It's kind of like bearing your father's burdens. I forget exactly how the saying goes. That's what you're moving away from. Because I feel like some of you guys are wondering, what is the point of this spiritually? Because you're Aquarius, you're very deep people. You're very deep people. So you are going to think about things a whole lot more before you do them. It doesn't matter what it is. You're very pensive. And it could be a situation where maybe you're picking up a bunch of things and it's for the greater good. It's for a goal that you want to reach, right? Of happiness. That you're realizing certain things about happiness on the way to getting whatever it is that you desire that makes you happy. But in the way of you doing that, you know what you're really doing? You know what you're really doing underneath all of that? You know what you're really attaining? You know the gift that the universe is giving you along with what it is that you're desiring to create? It's allowing you to move beyond ancestral patterns. It's helping you to break out of generational curses. That's what it's giving you. It's not helping you. It's freeing you. That's what God, the universe, spirit is giving you. Freedom from ancestral patterns, from the way things were, from what was given to you that, I don't want to say it was faulty, because it wasn't faulty to begin with, because how would something be created if it had no use? You know what I mean? Even if the intention of it was for use, everything created has a sort of use or had a use, and it was a function. But now it doesn't serve you or your family anymore. And so you're letting it go. And it's going to take some clear vision and some clear wit to do it. And that's the energy that you're sitting in. Wow, that's really beautiful. I knew I wanted to get into this reading. You Aquarians are very interesting people. It's a very interesting reading, I can tell. This is people who think a lot, who've been on a journey of thinking a lot. Okay? And maybe you haven't liked the thinking, or you kind of have been told that thinking is bad. Very beautiful. Okay, love, romance, family, friendship, singles, couples. Just love. What's going on in love? Queen of Wands. You're letting yourself shine, girl, boy. I mean, I'm sure there's guys watching this, but this is a badass, boss-ass woman here. Or a lady. Whatever you like to refer to yourself as. You're a badass. Like, you showed up as a Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Like, oh, you're so bad. But even if you're a guy, though, I mean, come on. Aquarius, you're attracting. If you're single, you are attracting. You know, if you're single and you want to mingle, you are attracting that. You are luring. You are letting yourself shine. Some of you Aquarius men or people who like women, this could be a particular woman coming into your life, right? But there's a bit of a spark here, and this woman only comes into your life because she's attracted by something by you. She's like honey to a bee, right? They both need each other. One, you know, the bee is super attracted to the honey, right? But the honey needs, to the flower, but the flower made it that way so that the bee would come to the flower. The honey literally just made, the plant, made it that way. I love flowers, you guys. They made it that way, you know? And I think you're embracing that. Some of you guys, maybe you never embraced femininity, your femininity. And this month you're embracing your sexy. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube. You know, that's why I'm making a Patreon. Stay tuned. It's already made. It's just, I want to get it perfect. Stay tuned later for that, though. But you're very attractive. Queen of Wands energy. And you're grabbing, look at how you're grabbing this energy. Like, the cards come out, and every deck, they come out, they're upright, they're upright, they're upright. Like, you're just, the energy comes, you're like, all right, okay, cool, that's mine. Thank you. Like, I feel like you're not letting things pass you by. Let's go. King of Swords. Yes. Some of you guys, you're attracting in that honest partner, that soulmate, the King of Swords. That's your divine counterpart, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. That was you. You're attracting in someone who is on a very similar vibration, or you have someone in your life already that has risen to that vibration, or you're invoking that vibration from them. There's something magical happening here with love. When you have the Queen of Wands show up, there was a little bit of magic happening. She's a magical lady. Okay? There's a little bit of that magical spark happening. And so there almost feels like some of you guys could have fireworks this month, where you meet someone and there's a great connection. You know, but it's honest, it's truthful, which is so important to you, Aquarius. So important. I mean, it could also be someone that you're with. And that's what I feel like the beauty of the universe is like you're being open to it. But you're also possibly even being aware to when you are kind of hiding your desires. You know, maybe that's the reason why all the cards are flying out this way, because you are the Queen of Wands energy. So you're taking things. You're just taking the opportunities. You know, you're taking the energy and you're working with it. And you're seeing the best, like the sun is shining on you. And you're also seeing maybe how and maybe where you let there be some shade when there doesn't need to be shade. Maybe how you hide yourself. I think a lot of you Aquarians are stepping out of your shell. That's what I think it is. Whatever else that comes out of it, that's cool. Ultimately, you're coming out of your shell. I mean, this woman is shining. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, Aquarius. This person is glistening. That's you when it comes to relating to others, when it comes to the people that you love. Look at her. I mean, that is you, a star, you know, and embracing it. And that King of Swords energy, I love that it's next to it because it speaks of the truthfulness. And also anything you attract from it will be truthful to who you are. It will resonate with you deep down. But also be prepared to be reflected back, maybe ways in which you hide yourself, just so you don't hide yourself. See the opportunity in this, and that's what you're doing. You are seeing I mean, come on, the Page of Pentacles came out before I even said see the opportunity in this. So you already are seeing the opportunity. Jeez. I always do a pre-read, and you guys had a very long, like, intimate pre-read. And so it doesn't shock me that this reading is this way. It's beautiful. You guys have great energy. That's what I want to say. Keep that up. Don't get in your head. Alright, so what else do we have for love? The Star, healing. Emotional healing. Within a connection, some of you guys, especially if you're coupled, this is for you. The emotional healing, there's a wish being fulfilled, but it's emotional healing. I feel like maybe if you were in a relationship, there's been a lot of things. It's been a lot of things that have happened. Maybe in the recent months, recent years, recent times have not been so cookie cutter. And you've had some regrets around that. And that's healing. You've also been wishing for certain things. You've been overwhelmed. Very overwhelmed. Overwhelmed probably with worry. Overwhelmed with obligation. Overwhelmed with things, how things are working out. Like, I feel like you've been planning your future, Aquarius. And wanting the future to be now. And that's like the lightest way to say it because it comes from a good place, but it's exacerbated, it's intensified, you know, where you want to be able to provide for your kids, to have a good home, to be independent, and you want that now. And you're healing that because I feel like if that is, because that's probably surrounding business. I mean, come on, the Emperor just showed up, right? So that's probably surrounding business or work. It could even be that you're projecting it onto your partner, especially if you're with a masculine, right? You could be projecting those expectations onto him. Hear me out. I'm not blaming you. You don't deserve bad things to happen to you. Okay? I never said that you did. All right? So be my friend and see that I'm your friend. And don't attack. Don't get on defense. So I feel like you've been projecting that onto this person. And you're getting the healing that you need around it. You just need a little bit of healing. You've just been stressed out trying to do it all yesterday. And that's unhealthy. Ten of Pentacles. It's coming. It's in the grand scheme. Right? But you're getting real healing. Man, I love this reading. You're getting real healing about this. Like, it's really going to be something that you're over with. And you've accepted and you've understood. Some of you guys, it could feel like a mini lesson, right? Mini lesson, but it's probably just a mini lesson because maybe you're not believing that you will have this in the long term. You're stressing about your long-term future. You're stressing about it. And the stressing is not allowing things to unfold naturally. It's not allowing for mini transformations or the background transformations to occur. Because when you stress and you worry, you cling, you clench. When you're stressed and you're like, you're clenching. So you're holding on. And you should just let it go. You're getting healing. There's a star around you that is shining down on you, that really loves you and that wants to help you. The star is one of those energies that I will never fully understand, but I will always be grateful that I have come into contact with this energy, that I can even put a name to the phenomena, even though it's not a full name of the phenomena. It's something. It's just I'm just so grateful it exists. And that's what I feel like it's happening for you. A lot of healing around just being stressed out, about where things are going. It's like, no. You just want to live a better life. That's it. So what else? What else could we say is coming in for love for September 2010? What's going on? We have the moon. Okay. And the Chariot. Okay. Some of you guys are overcoming. You're searching into the parts of yourself that are unknown. And you're either using that for victory or you don't realize it, but there is a victory that's associated with this. These two things are two different things, right? This could even be work life, right? And maybe you've had some emotional issues or some trouble, so a little bit of chaos in family or at home. And you're going to see how the two of them meet, or how the two of them are actually impacting you to reach a victory, and how the desire to reach that victory is actually causing you to go within and go into this unknown situation. That's crazy. It's not crazy as in it can never happen, but it's crazy in the sense that this is such a beautiful reading. This is so good. It's like you're not scared of life. Because you're like, you know what, if I don't live my life, what am I going to be doing all day? I'm eating all day. That's what I feel like you're thinking and you're doing. Alright, so this feels like, the moon feels more like the situation that's happening in love, where possibly you're confronting your fears, or you're confronting anything that stops you from feeling satisfied, or that to you is like in the way of your dreams, is what I keep hearing. Like you're confronting that feeling that something is in the way of your dreams, or something may be in the way of your dreams, and you're confronting that. It's something very uncharted territory, road less traveled sort of energy I'm feeling off this moon, right? That it's like most people wouldn't do, or we don't do and talk about, or it's kind of like there's no guidebook for it. You just got to go through it. And that's what you've been doing in your emotions when it comes to your desires, your fulfillment, your happiness on all levels, and how to sustain that for some of you guys I'm hearing, right? And then, searching through that to cooperate. I feel as though there is another situation that you're trying to have victory in, right? And it could be a situation related to love as well, right? But it could also be a situation that has to do, honestly, they're just saying, just tower it. Just let it be something that surprises you. Okay, when you realize what it is, you're going to be like, oh, you know, you're going to realize that, you know, oh, that's what you're going to, that's what you're going to say. You're going to say, you know? So just wait for it. All right, so what's associated with the Chariot, I think it's overcoming financial lack, financial limitations, having maybe emotional or a love life that is kind of lackful or small or not as big as you want it to be, like where you're kind of managing, whereas like you really desire more, right? Because I say you really desire more because the Chariot's here that's helping you bring in the more. But the Moon is there because there's something other influence. Boogity, 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 boogity. There's some like influence that you guys, I know your life is not funny, but hopefully you can laugh with me. I laugh at everything. Okay, like, so I'm not trying to be rude at all, because some of you guys may feel like you're being insensitive. I'm not insensitive. I know why I'm saying that. But it feels like there's a little bit of a fear element going on around a situation working or working out as you desire, something along that line. But there's some sort of hidden influence that's making you even question it. The Moon, there's those things that we question, right? That when you get to the other side of it, you get the answer and you wonder why you questioned it. When you get the answer, you always wonder why you're questioning it, because you never needed to question it, right? But we just have to go on those journeys in life. For some reason, that's just what it is sometimes. We're an inquisitive breed, humans, right? And I just feel like you're seeing the connection. You're seeing the connection. You're also overcoming it though. You're also getting that victory, because there's something you do desire. You're getting the victory that you want, but you're just seeing the connection. Okay? And the connection that you're seeing is helping you to tear down an old paradigm that possibly was the thing that was really in the way, was the paradigm. But the paradigm was only created because of false thoughts and false beliefs, or beliefs that didn't serve you, or beliefs that weren't your own, that never really resonated with you. So you create a life that doesn't resonate with you, or you create something that doesn't resonate with you. The only thing that's really oogity boogity boogity is a paradigm, but you must know the tools that were used to create the paradigm so you don't create the paradigm again, or you must know how to create a paradigm. You know? You can learn how to put something together by taking it apart. There is something to that. You can't, the universe, it ain't no dummies running this, all right? It ain't no dummies running this universe game, all right? It's not about dummies. You gotta trust in the unknown. You're gonna see, all right? So, now we're gonna jump into the Oracle energies. I'm using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards again. It's the only deck I have right now. I'm probably gonna end up getting a bunch of new ones, which I wanted. Okay, so we'll use this beautiful deck. It's in beautiful condition and it's beautiful messages, so everybody wins anyways. Okay, so Oracle energy for love and romance cuts off at 30 minutes. I don't know if you heard that. My camera cuts off at 30 minutes. Okay, so Oracle energy for love for September 2020. The seer, see beyond the current situation. And I feel like sometimes you could say this in a situation that maybe things are not ideal, or you're looking at a situation and realizing the things that are not ideal in the situation, and maybe sometimes getting a little fixated on the fact that it's not ideal. Hey, I know that we do that as humans. But this is speaking more to a situation where things are going great, right? Wishes are being fulfilled. Amazing things are happening in love. Amazing conclusions are being drawn. Amazing events. You're attracting in the things that you have been wanting and the things that you want in the month of September 2020, right? Very easily, especially when it comes to love, right? Those moments, those experiences, not hard for you to draw in. The energy is supple. But what I really think that this card is trying to convey to you when it comes to seeing beyond the current situation, it's seeing the beauty, the infrastructure, analyzing it. You're showing up as the Queen of Swords. I mean, right now you want to drink this sort of stuff. So drink it. Learn about it. Learn about the universe. Learn about the law of attraction. Learn about how your mind works. Learn about paradigms. I just talked to you about a whole concept called paradigms, right? And that's a real concept. And some of you guys are going through a 101 lesson of paradigms. And it's a beautiful lesson though, but you're kind of learning about it after you went through it, right? At least you should. So I'm going to read for the seer. I know I talked about it a little bit. I wanted to see if I could get any more information off of it, just psychically. But now I'm going to read for it, because there may be a little bit more information that you guys can gather from me reading it. That's the only reason why I read. Okay. All right. Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Most indigenous peoples have a seer in the family or tribe. Seers are the intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as direct channels for information, what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. Their energy isn't about predicting the future for you, but showing you how your intentions are creating it. A true seer will help you see that your intentions can change, therefore so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so that you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. Some of you guys have spiritual eyes, right? Your spiritual gifts. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You're being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding place while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. You're moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. So what's your prize in love? Keep your eye on it, okay? And let the universe do what it do. And see beyond the current situation. See the little itty bitty details. Right? So underlying energy is transform and unveil your gifts. So some of you guys, your gifts are coming out. They are. Alright, and it's going to shock some of y'all. It is. It's going to shock y'all. Because you're going to see that your doubts were what was stopping you from seeing that as a gift. Because it's a gift. It's true, too. It's true. Alright. What's next? Career and finance. So, let's see what September 2020, what is coming up, what's happening, what's landing in the face of Aquarius when it comes to their career and their finances. What are they experiencing? What energies are being thrown their way? What are they even doing as well? And any other additional messages. So we have justice. Okay, so you guys are regaining balance in terms of your career and finances. You're going to see that if your finances were a little out of whack, you know, however it was, if it was overworking, not enough pay, you know, not enough, you know, paying too much and not doing enough work, It's true. It's true. The universe will balance that out too, because you feel that imbalance in yourself. What else? um, also, like, just in terms of your finances, if you feel like things have been slow, things will pick up and it'll balance out, right? Or things will pick up really good and it'll equal out, right? There's an equaling out. What else do I see? If you're making too much and all this stuff, tax season might hit you, taxes, So I don't know, but there's some sort of balance coming, equaling out the way things are going. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords reversed. There's a balance coming to possibly, the way I feel it the most is your mindset. So some of you guys have felt extremely defeated when it came to work, where, maybe you felt really bullied, or you felt like no one listened to you. You had a very hard time when it came to work, when it came to perception of work, perception of money, perception of your job, perception of whatever. You guys had a very difficult time with perception. I mean, the Ten of Swords is underlying, the Queen of Swords is showing up reversed. That was very hard for you. I think that there was a time in which it was important for you to come to your own personal truths, that maybe you weren't doing it, or something kind of was in the way. Usually that's what it is. That now there is balance being restored to you. Okay, it always is balance for you, right? So there's balance being restored and given back. I feel like it's given back. Seven of Cups reversed. This definitely feels like a very difficult time, where I think you were just so uncertain. You were so unclear. You didn't know what you wanted, and you were so afraid too. You felt so unsettled. It feels like there was a lot of things going on, right? But I think you're finally reaching a resolution, and you're realizing it intuitively and individually for each and every one of you guys. You're realizing where it originally came from. And the only reason why you're realizing it is so that you can understand how to create what it is that you do desire, what it is that you do want, right? So that you can kind of tune in and figure out what that is. And I see here for majority of you guys, it is something around getting clear around what it is that you're feeling. Being clear about how you feel and what you want. You weren't clear on it. You didn't know. Right? Now that you know, something physical can appear. Because you know now. So a lot of you guys, there is a material opportunity, without a doubt. I feel that very strongly. Like, some people, sometimes I do the readings, and the readings are you, right? If you're shaky, the readings are, it's going to be shaky, But I feel like the people who I'm reading for, the collective of you guys, the vibration you're in, you're done with like anything that's not what you want, right? And because you're done with that, and you're not even mad about it. When you're done eating, you're not thinking about the steak anymore. You're thinking about washing your plates and brushing your teeth and going to bed. You're done with that. That's where you're done. That's not it anymore. It's gone. And you're handling it in such a boss, Aquarius-like energy. I almost want to be you, and I want to be friends with you, because this is so dope. You're doing a 180, essentially. The universe is bringing you this justice, and the justice is a financial material opportunity, or an abundance of them, right? But it's something that you could also take to the grave with you. You could pass it down. Notice I said take to the grave with you, and you could pass it down. So we have the Five of Swords, and this talks about feelings of defeat, okay? This is where the Queen of Swords reverse energy was born. It was born when you began to feel defeated. Let's zoom in, shall we? It was born when the defeat was born. It was born when you felt like you could ever be destroyed. When you felt like someone ever took anything away from you. You've got to get to that place in yourself where those vibrations are not active anymore. And how do you get to that place? You allow that self-love in. I think you're Aquarius, you're talking to your higher self. Like, you and your higher self are really in cohesion. Bro! Just as I said that, the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. Yo, Aquarius. Yo, this happens all the time, and I still jump up like this like a kid. It's so magical. I love this. I love my job, bro. I love my job. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, opportunities. They were only blocks because you felt like you were defeated. You felt like you lost. No. You don't want to know what those Five of Swords moments are? When you feel like someone took something from you or someone did something, they were saving you. They were doing an action that the universe needed them to do. And really what it is to get out of the way. The Five of Swords, you know what this is? This is the universe's last attempt to get you out of the way. Or, okay, quickly move. Because we need you to make a sharp right, a sharp left. Okay? And this is the residual effects. It's a change. That's all it was. It was a change. But you need to make a sharp right on the corner now. You know? So don't miss it now. Because if you don't, you're going to have to make a U-turn. You're going to have to go around. You're going to have to... That was what this Five of Swords energy was. And I feel like a lot of you guys took it to mean something on you, and it never meant anything about you. All it was like, oh, snap, I've been telling you to make this right, but you didn't hear me. You hear me. Make the right real quick now. That's really the picture that the universe is showing me. That's really actually what happened. Everything else comes from your perception of yourself. And that's what's clicking in your head. That's what's clicking. And that is the reason why the opportunity arrives. Because some of you guys are going to be like, where was this before? Like, where was all this? Because I hear Aquarius being like, where was this opportunity before? Or where was this thing before? It was blocked. And it was only blocked because you wouldn't have received it. Because you were hurt over something. It was a misunderstanding between you and the universe. That's what I think the fives are, right? It's like a misunderstanding, a slip up in communication. You know, oh, you didn't hear me, but I knew how much you really didn't want to miss that. Or I knew how much you really didn't want to have to make that U-turn in that dead-end road because it's such a problem, and then it's an autistic player over there. You don't want to hit a kid, you know? So I had to just move you in that direction really quick. I'm so sorry. But you take it like, oh, so I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. That's what you're seeing. You're realizing that it is never anything about you. All it really did show you, if anything, was that, you know, maybe you kind of needed to strengthen self-love in some areas. Maybe you needed to talk to yourself a little nicer in some ways. And, you know, when you talk to yourself nicer, you're not a match for people who talk to you mean. You're not. You are not a match for that. And even if you read that, it's like reading a 7-year-old write a paragraph about the neighbor's dog playing with their cat every day. Like, it literally is adorable, or it's like funny. Anyway, balance is being restored. You're healing. You're getting to a place where you're trusting. You're closing out that cycle. Yes. And opportunities now can come because you've closed out that cycle. You're seeing how all of it was born. You're seeing how it was born. Miscommunication. A lot of problems arise from miscommunication. Right? And we miscommunicate with the universe all the time. We misunderstand them all the time. That's what my guides always say. All the time. It's true. Okay. So let's see what else is going on in career and finance. Aquarius. Let's see what's touching down. 10 of Swords. All right. There's a hard end. There's an end to a difficult situation. something is not going to be as bad as it was before, okay? So there's something that has been really bad. Some of you guys may have lost your job. Some of you guys, your health may have been bad. You may have not been able to work for some reason or the other. You weren't able to work, you know, or you weren't able to sustain an income, or some stream of income of yours collapsed, or it could have been a reoccurring thing. It could have been, you know, it could have been recent, it could have been something along those lines. It doesn't matter. It's a cycle that's ended. For some of you guys, if it's so closely correlated to the Five of Swords, star energy, if it's that closely related to it, then it probably was a cycle. For some of you guys, it's one event. Maybe you lost your job, and you kind of were in bed about it. You're licking your wounds about it, you know. You have to tend to yourself about it. Whatever. Sometimes we have to do it. And now you're getting up, right? And you're accepting that that's the worst that it'll ever be. Okay? Some of you guys are probably just mentally overwhelmed and you weren't able to work the way you were. Either way, I'm seeing a break coming for Aquariuses who desperately want one, who desperately need one. And I'm also seeing a coming back to work or coming back to stability for those Aquarians who have been taking a break. It just depends on who you are. Some of you guys, you've been resting. Some of you guys have not been resting, right? And so you need rest. Okay, either way, there's a collective that's going in and there's a collective that's coming out, but they're kind of meeting each other at the door in a way. Some people are. All right, so we have the Five of Cups. So this manifested because there was a lot of regret that was repressed, a lot of heavy emotion, a lot of emotional loss. A lot of you guys probably really love your job. You probably really love what you do. I wouldn't be surprised if I was connecting with a collective of Aquarians who probably were in tech, worked online, worked in communications. Some of you guys I'm hearing are a driver or something, you know, maybe Uber or something. It's something around air, right? But also whatever else you do. There's something around it needing to be broadcasted, or it needing to be, and there need to be wire transfers for you to be able to do your job. That's what I'm feeling for a lot of you guys. But it could be something else too. Who doesn't need electric? But it feels like it's a major, it's kind of a big deal. Like if you didn't have power, or, you know, if you didn't have internet connection, you know, I don't know. That is what I feel like your job was, right? Or your job is. And I feel like there was a lot of regret surrounding this. Once again, another loss. An emotional, a loss felt more in an emotional way. Where something really mattered to you, a cup of milk spilled. You really wanted that milk. You know, that's what it feels like. But it is only one cup of milk that's spilled. You still got the other 4 cups. Oh, damn, the milk is leaking off the counter. It's on the floor. Da-da-da. Okay, but you still have 4 other cups, or other cups with milk in them. You know, just wash the cup, put it back down on the table, pour some more milk. You gotta go to the store, you gotta go to the store. You know, or maybe no milk tonight. You know? And I feel like some of you guys had a really strong emotional attachment, and it's understandable to be upset about it, but I think that there was an extended period of grieving, an extended period of lamenting, an extended period of this sort of emotional pain. And it feels, I'm hearing internalized, right? So a lot of you guys internalized this about yourself, and you kind of felt like your worst fears were coming true, like the things that people said about you when they were mad, or the things that people said about you who really are not under the influence of anything that you want to be under the influence of, let's be honest, said some things and it stuck with you, and then that happening brought it out, and it was like, damn, really? But it just showed you that you really actually cared about what Aunt Janine said, you know, and she can go on with her bad self and you'll go on with yours, and that's it. Because I'm seeing the 10 of Cups factor, so there is a family factor, there is a dysfunctional factor, right, because it's reversed, so there's a little bit of that. Some of you guys, it could just be emotional dysfunctions from your childhood that you learned from your parents, or that were passed down and shared in the home. And that cycle's closing out. But that's the reason why it was so hard for you to let something go. But you're letting it go. You are. And you're just going to accept it spilled. Something spilled, right? And it feels like, you know, the situation spilled, and so you felt like your cup, you spilled, but no, you never spilled. And that's one thing you need to accept. You didn't spill. You can still go out and do it again. In fact, you're still in the same place you were. You never were demoted. In fact, you got better. You got to see the energy for what it is. There's always this beautiful silver lining in every situation. Every situation, there is a beautiful silver lining. It's ridiculous how many times it happens all the time. Even when you're not even letting it happen, it's happening. That's crazy. Okay? So look at that. You just gotta recoup. You're still the same badass. You can still work. Your body still is. Some of you guys, maybe you work with your body, you know? You know, maybe you feel like you're out of shape. You're not out of shape. Get out of here with that. Come on. King of Pentacles, the Lovers. You're not out of shape. You know, some of you guys are dancers or something. Or you performers. You're a musician. You know, or you just, your body needs to be good. And maybe you feel like, my body is not good right now. You know, it could be that slight. But it's okay. You need it to rest. You need it to break. Okay? Some of you guys, you may have habits that have arisen from those emotions that you carried of regret, of sadness, of loss, of feeling like because the water spilled, you need to spill. It's okay. You don't need to spill. Those habits are going too. A lot of justice is being restored. A lot of your prayers are being answered, Aquarius. I mean, all's well here in Aquarius land. Lots of prayers being answered. I mean, come on. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm the psychic here, okay? Okay, let's see what else is coming in for career and finance. September 2020, 8 of Pentacles reverse. So, I feel like there's a little bit of some fear around work. Some of you guys are confronting. Some fears around patternings and doing things and getting things done that it feels like for you, you're worrying that it could be a little more complicated than it is. But it's just a worry, okay? Because what I'm seeing here is it's just like, it feels like it's more of like I'm hearing patterning, right? A patterning of blocking, a patterning of stopping. Some of you guys kind of do this stop-start thing. And it's funny because just then I thought someone was coming upstairs, and I don't like being bothered when I do readings. And it's like, you know, sometimes I kind of have like residual energy from like the night before or 2 nights before. And I'll panic and I'll do something, you know, because I'm trying to hide something. But in reality, I'm coming out of who I am and I'm not really centered. So there's something that some pattern of being that stops your production. It stops your productivity. It stops your ability to produce, right? It blocks things even coming in sometimes. But all it is you just getting off of your high priestess throne when you just need to remain seated. You're fine. They can't really do shit, and they're not gonna do nothing. You know, I feel like that's the kind of situation it is. Like, it's like, I don't know, whatever it is that you're worried about, they're not gonna do anything. So relax. Some of you guys could simply be confronting it, right? There's a little bit of like productivity issues I'm seeing. Feeling like, oh, I can't get this stuff out, or I can't work, or I have to. It's all fears, girl. Oh, that's my doctor. Hold on. Hello? Sorry about that, guys. I had to take the phone. I had a call from my doctor. So, you guys, what I'm seeing here with the High Priestess, the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, I really think that you may be worrying a little bit too much about work, about productivity, about being able to get things done. Try not to worry, you know, just trust. You have to trust. You have to trust in life. If you don't trust in life, all these other issues get born, right? Right? All these health issues, and then you gotta call the doctor. Okay, so you gotta trust in life, okay? All right, so let's have an oracle energy for career and finances. Feels like it's well. Everything's well, right? We have a guardian angel. You are not alone. Beautiful. You have so much support. And if only we could just broaden our perception to see how all that support, what it could mean, what it can manifest as, how we can see it, right? You have all of that, right? You're not alone. All at your fingertips, near you. Feathers, right? I have a feather right here. 2 feathers over there. Feathers are a sign. They are. Okay, so no worrying. Stay grounded. Stay confident. Trust. 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 All right, what do we have? Stag. What was I saying this whole time? I said trust, 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 trust. Stag, trust, and thrive. Beautiful. You just got to keep going. You got to keep climbing that hill. You got to keep climbing that mountain. And it's not resistance. It's not resistance. You just trust that you are where you need to be, and so you don't second guess your step. And that's why the stag can climb mountains. That's why the stag is so sturdy. And that's why the stag is symbolizing trusting and thriving. I will give you guys a read for this. I might get another call from my doctor. Quarantine shut us down, but I still gotta go to the doctor. So it's really sweet of them to like work me in. It's very, very nice. Okay, so I'm going to read, come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. Okay, when this card arises, it also represents fertility and sexuality. Maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. I also feel that since this is your career and your finance, some of you guys may work in the sex industry. If that's the case, you're really going to be thriving in it. Provided that you trust, you'll be thriving, right? Opportunities there. Take it, take it. If you are working in maybe a more creative industry, sexual energy or sexuality and fertility could just mean birthing in new ideas and expressing, creating new projects that are amazing and they're beautiful, that you love. Okay, you have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become a reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence, and their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you more power to thrive, onwards and upwards. So, hello, you gotta feel safe within yourself. Don't worry, it messes with your productivity. Don't worry, just chill, thrive, flow. You've got this. So you guys, I do believe I'm the spiritual Barbie. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I so appreciate it, and I so appreciated reading for you guys. I feel like I was hanging out with my friends. Okay, so you know there's gonna be a little bit of announcements. All right, so for those of you guys who haven't remembered to, don't forget to hit the like button, share the video, help a sister out. Okay, also if you feel connected to me, I mean, come on. Right, if you feel connected to me and you want me to continue to pick up on your energy and continue to read for you, go ahead and subscribe. But if you subscribe, make sure you watch. Make sure you watch. You know, I don't know why it bothers me. You should watch what you subscribe to. And if you're not watching, then unsubscribe. It's okay. Get the energy off of your feed. You don't want it anymore. So let it go. So it can go to somewhere else. Okay? So that being out of the way, I did say I started a Patreon. And I'm getting closer and closer to the content I want to put out on the Patreon. I just want to let you know, if you really connect with me and you really feel a connection, then you will benefit from being a member of my Patreon. And I cannot wait for all the beautiful things that are also in store that we're birthing, right, on this channel. So that's really amazing. Stay tuned for that announcement. I'm just letting you know. Lastly, working with me personally. My information's in the description bar down below. Now, I may or may not be the reader for you, and that's okay, right? But I reserve the right to decide that, or to decide that I'm just not the reader for you. So, I think that's it for the month of September 2020, Aquarius. I guess in time. Some other time then. Bye-bye.